Hello everyone, this is Sister Roland, and all I need is a few minutes to go over a series of community posts that was posted by Cynthia G that contained Bible verses that were taken out of context to push a narrative. And one thing I have noticed, sometimes, we ask, we want a good home, we want a good job, we want a good life, we want a good marriage, we want the best things in life. And sometimes, and then when we get those things, we eventually get those things. It's like many people, and particularly black people, in a sense, we self sabotage ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. Sometimes we get into stuff, we take things for granted, become complacent, we become arrogant, and sometimes we lose the very thing that we were praying for, or that we were working hard for, or that we were doing different things to achieve it, because we take a lot of things for granted. It's different factors actually. And particularly in this case, especially with people on YouTube, on the internet, and different things like that. You come in here to make content, and then some people are making money different ways. People make money. Make your money. If you're teaching a lesson, you're showing people different things, educating people, do that. But be careful with the words that you say, and especially be careful with arrogance and pride, because we're prone to that. And as the Bible say, pride comes before a fall. And especially with women, women are God has blessed us with so many talents, so many things to advance our community, our family, and our lives. And the influence also, women have a lot of influence. And sometimes we don't know ourselves. We don't know women. We don't know ourselves. That's why we take any man, we take any job, we take anything in life, because we don't know who we truly are. And this is the reason why, and because we are so blessed with so many gifts, this is the reason why God wanted us to be covered. You had to be covered by your father, and then when it was time, you get married, and then you are covered by your husband, because if not, you are subject to angels. That's what the translation say, but the original Greek, that's you are subject to being used by the enemy. And the first thing the enemy gonna use is your mouth. Especially as women, our mouths will be used by the enemy to say pompous words, as this example right here we're gonna go over, to say arrogant things. And then we get into things, we get into situations, we get into contradictions, we get in a whole lot of trouble because of our mouth. So let's see what she said here. So she said, now I know a lot of Christians will hate me for this. Christians don't hate people. If we are Christians, we are Christ-like. So we strive to do what Christ did. Of course, we're going to fall short, but we strive to do that each and every day. Now, when Christian people share the truth that is in the Word of God, we become people's enemy. Just like Paul said, have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Because people nowadays don't want to hear the truth, unfortunately. So Christian people don't hate people. It's looking like your religion not only supports selective breeding, but it also supports all types of the procedure that takes the life abortion, including gender-specific abortions. There's literally a verse that says to terminate the boys and keep the girls. This is divinely ordered. So, of course, she's saying that because she has said before that women should, especially black women, should terminate their pregnancy if they are carrying a black male child. So I don't even know, because when you first find out you're pregnant, it takes time before you can find out the gender, and sometimes you may not, because that's if the baby opens their leg. And sometimes when you eventually find out, depending on where you are, it may be too late to terminate this pregnancy. But this is what she had said before. So this is the verse that she used in Numbers 31:17. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hadst known by lying with him. And she used Psalms 135:8. Who smote the firstborn of Egypt, both man and beast? Acts 7:19. The same dealt subtly with our kindred, and evil entreated our fathers, so that they cast out their young children to the end they might not live. Psalms 136:10, and it says, to him that smote Egypt in their firstborn, for his mercy endured forever. So of course, first of all, Psalms, Psalms is like songs that the Israelites will use to praise and worship God. So this was them praising and worshiping God for delivering them from Egypt, where Egypt they were being used and abused. And God sent Moses and Aaron to tell Pharaoh to let my people go, and he would not let them go. After plague 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then he eventually let them go, but still didn't even let them go. He still pursued them even after 10, even after he lost all those things, lost all kind of things, because each plague was a direct assault on the God that they believed gave them whatever it was. What each plague was the direct assault of a God that they served, that they believed gave them children, gave them the river, gave them all those plagues. So they were praising God in Psalms 136, 135 to offer praise unto God. So both of those songs are songs of praise. Number 31:17. This is when the Israelites had just came back from war, from fighting from the Midianites, because she just posted different verses and taking them out of context and not explaining the context, because a lot of people don't read, and particularly a lot of people don't read the Bible. So she's going to put it out there because she know a lot of her audience already they feel some type of way about God. Some people have hatred against God. Some people have vitriol against God, because of course it stems from somebody who was supposed to represent God, somebody who gave them a bad experience, will give them a bad experience, and they was in some type of leadership position, and people would correlate that bad experience, that bad example that they showed, and they correlate that to God. So somebody hurt them, somebody abused them, somebody talked about them, somebody did something really evil, because some evil stuff be going on in church. So a lot of people, in a sense, in their mind, think that it was God, instead of that looking at that person as a flawed and person that needs some people need to go to jail, some people need to be excommunicated, whatever, but they think that's God. So she put that out there because a lot of people are not going to read the Bible. But anyway, so the Israelites that came from fighting for Midianites, and Moses told them, hey, did you guys get rid of everybody, even the women and children? Because these were the same people that influenced the Israelites to do all kind of wickedness. And back in those days, when they went to war with any other race, they would eliminate them, because a lot of those races were pagan. They did not know God. They served other gods, and those other gods made them do a lot of things that they was not supposed to do, and they were beginning to influence the Israelites. That's why Moses told them to do this. This was not, God didn't say to do this. This was Moses, because this was what they were supposed to do. They go to war against the enemy. They were supposed to eliminate everybody. And Acts 7:19, we're going to see Acts 7:19. This is, because she shared another verse, this is the same situation, Acts 7:19, and I'm going to show you the other verse. So this is the other verse that is talking about the same situation that Acts 7:19 is talking about. So this is what she said here. Just gonna sit this here and let y'all argue with the Bible. Nobody's arguing with the Bible. They are defending the Bible and make excuses to engage in black male worship. Because she has this thing that people are worshiping black males. If I'm evil, then so is your God. So she's already telling you off the bat she has nothing to do with God. If y'all want to call and show on this, let me know. Selective breeding. So God engages in selective breeding. So this is the narrative that she's pushing. God engages in selective breeding. He was been doing that. So why y'all having problems with me agreeing with abortion or whatever, getting rid of black males because it was in the Bible? That's people who are reading the Bible to solidify whatever has been planted in their mind, because they already have that open door. They already have vitriol, a hatred, a disdain for the things of God, for the church. And this is where the enemy gain access to plant more things. So they go in the Bible to solidify. So they go in the Bible, take things out of context, don't even understand. Because if you have taken a Bible reading class, Bible preaching class, when you're reading the Bible, you're supposed to read, especially if you don't understand a verse, you're supposed to read the verse before and the verse after. Sometimes you have to read the whole chapter. Sometimes you have to read the chapter before and the chapter after to understand what exactly is going on in that verse. Sometimes just to read one verse. That's how you read the Bible. So she's taking these things out of context and giving it to her followers, because a lot of them not going to go and search on their own. And some of them, they already know this, what she's talking about is foolishness. That's why she got backlash when she was posting these things. So in Exodus 1:16 says, and he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and to see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. So this was not even God. This was the Pharaoh. Remember Joseph, because I know a lot of people didn't read about Joseph. People went on the Prince of Egypt. So Joseph, remember, he was sold by his brothers to Egypt and went through all that stuff, and eventually became second in command. And then there was a famine because Pharaoh predicted it. Pharaoh had dreams, and he was able to tell him exactly what the dreams meant, and then they put stuff in order. So he did great things for Egypt, but they probably didn't continue to talk about it or whatever. So the Egyptians, when this new Pharaoh came, he didn't know about Joseph and the things that he did. All he saw was a bunch of Israelites that outnumbered the Egyptians, and he needed to get rid of them. So to get rid of a people, what do? You take out the males. And this is the same spirit that is still alive today, and it's the same spirit that using Cynthia G's mouth to tell women to terminate their pregnancies. It's the same spirit. So back to what is saying, you need to be covered. An uncovered woman can destroy her own home. Uncovered, because you could be married, but if you're not under the leadership of your husband, you do whatever you want because you make money too, and you can still destroy your home. You can still destroy your life by your mouth, because remember, some people's mouth are controlled by emotions. You're emotional, anything, whatever, however you feel, that's what you say. You feel mad, you say mad words. You say whatever you want with your mouth, because you have no control. So this was the Pharaoh that told the Hebrew midwives, when they are assisting in childbirth, if it is a son, to terminate, get rid of that son. But the Hebrew midwives did not do that, because they feared God, because they know God would get them much better than how the Pharaoh would. So they never did it. They never did that. So this is the verse that goes with Acts 17, and this is the verse that she's taken out of context, saying this is God exercising selective breeding when This was the Pharaoh, the Egyptian Pharaoh, that told the Hebrew midwives to do this, not God. And before I made this video, I was gonna make just one video, because it was not only her, it was different people that was like, ever since the overturning of the Roe v. Wade, well, overturning somewhat of the Roe v. Wade, they were like posting, doing community posts, in a sense to incite fear. You know what? If you deal with black men, oh, you guys gonna you're gonna die, in a sense. It's your death and stuff like that. It's like death, fear. That's all that's being pushed out there. Like, this is actually happening, because this is actually happen every day, even before this Roe v. Wade. Because by the end of this 24 hours, we would have lost 5 to 6 black women, because every 5.5 hours, every 6 hours, we lose somebody. So by the end of 24 hours, a black woman would had left this earth. So what are we doing? What are y'all doing to make this number increase, in a sense where it's not happening as often as it should? Because you're pushing, all you're doing is citing fair. What solutions do you have? What solutions do you have? Do you have any solutions? Because you're being divided, you, in a sense, putting the black woman against the black man. But the black woman is not going to stop dealing with the black man, because of course, you know, there are people on here that's telling them, hey, play with yourself, play with your toys. But there's so much a toy can do, because eventually you're going to need that human touch, because you are built to be alone. So, and then when you go deal with these men, and you go deal with these women, because men too, you talk about black women, you still gonna deal with black women. While you sitting and listening to these YouTubers and people on the internet, you laying up with a black woman, you laying up with a black man. When you finish, go listen to these lies and different things, you're gonna call your black man, you're gonna call your black woman. So you still gonna deal with them, but then you dealing with them, but you still have disdain, you still have hatred in a sense in your heart. So you gonna be doing stuff that's gonna be unhealthy, and may cause your life, may cause your livelihood, may cause your money, because you don't really truly want to deal with them, but you're just dealing with them because you got an itch. Only them could truly itch for you. It's one of the reasons why some women, you see, they go popping off on men, saying anything what they want with their mouths, because they really don't like black men. They just deal with them because they have to deal with them. So what solutions do you have? And then how is this person gonna vet this person? Because anybody that comes to your life, whether you're a man or a woman, you're supposed to be able to vet them, to know their intentions, to know what agenda they have. Do they truly want to be with you? Do they truly love you? Do they truly love a woman? Do they truly love a man? Do they want to build with you? Are you teaching them how are they going to go about doing that? And then sometimes, even if you know how to do that, sometimes you can't tell. Because this person, look, oh my goodness, they have everything checks off. They have everything that I've always wanted. But God, who knows the hearts and minds and thoughts of men, he'll be able to relate exactly what this person is looking for. But what we're doing on this internet, we're pushing vitriol. Look at this God, these Christians serving. Oh, he in selective breeding. Oh, he don't like black people. He don't say, it's different foolishness that's being spread. Oh, and then you have the black woman as God. The black woman is God, and y'all can't do nothing about every single day women are leaving this earth, and you are God. Oh, Jesus. And why I say she's being used by the enemy with her own mouth. She says, will they ever stop playing with me? They know my mouth is on demon time. Her mouth is on demon time. That's what you see. I was saying, demon time, your mouth being used. You're not covered. Your mouth will be used by spirits. Laugh out loud. And that my drill game is crazy. You're being used by the enemy. You're using your platform to be divisive, and you're not helping at all. You're not helping at all. Because your motivations are wrong. It's not right. You're not speaking from a pure place. You're speaking from bitterness, resentment, anger, frustration, whatever you have went through in your life. And then now you have a platform. You're not helping women. Every day, every single day, today we're gonna lose 5 or 6. Tomorrow gonna be the same thing, and then the next day, and then the next day, and the next day. You worked to get a platform. What are you doing to help? What solutions do you have? This is why the Bible talks about the root of bitterness and defiling many. You're defiling many because you're not speaking from the right place. Your motivations are wrong. Your agenda is wrong. And people are losing their lives. Because a lot of people come on the internet for advice and for information and to be educated. With the education that they are receiving, how is that going to help them? I don't know what this lady have went through, but obviously what it is has left her in a very, very, very bad place, and she's defiling many, many people. And people talk about this demon time like it's a good thing. But anyway, these things won't always be here forever, because when you stand or sit or whatever and put out there an attack on God, you declare, in a sense, you declare war on God. God is in selective breeding. You don't. Now your fight is not against man. You are in war against God. It's not your, because when the Revelation talk about, the enemies of God, most of these enemies going to be people that were in the church, people who used to go to church, people who had some type of religious background, and then they were hurt, they were used. Not saying what happened to them should have never happened to them, but they were not able to get over it. They were not able to get over it in a sense to heal, not get over it and say whatever, get over it and forget about it. No, get over it in a sense to heal and to do better and to know that was that person. That person was used by the enemy. That is not God. And those people these people were left unhealed, undelivered, and now all of that resentment and bitterness and hatred, they're gonna get together with the Antichrist and whoever coming, and then war against God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit and all the Christian people, unfortunately. But as long as your life, you could turn your life around, you can change, because arrogance will lead to your destruction, will lead to your downfall. Arrogance, pride is not your friend. Is not your friend. Ego is not your friend. Period. Anyway, that's all I had to say on this foolishness. All this foolishness that was put out there, and the Bible verses that were taken out of context. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.